Hey guys, Joel here, GreyWolf TV, back after our week off for the festive period. So we are continuing with our reactions to Fringe. I'm not going to bother with a recap, we're just going to get straight on with things. So this is Season 2, Episode 10.
Heather had the flowers in her hair.
What? What the hell's he doing? Brain surgery?
We have 2 minutes, maybe 3.
Oh, my sincere apologies. I'd rather not leave you in such a state.
Mr. Slater?
Whoa! Damn!
Help me.
When he was admitted, he was diagnosed with acute paranoid schizophrenia.
So basically, two guys broke in, cut a big hole in his head, and did what? Drove him insane?
I'd like to see him when he was a patient.
The girl in the red dress. Chrysanthemums in her hair. Her mother grows them in a box.
No, Joseph, she doesn't.
What did you do with her? What did you do?
Walter, have you had any theories on how this man is suddenly sane?
No, not yet, but I'm eager to.
Well, I've been combing through Laston Henning's files, trying to figure out if all the heads they took, which was the one that they wanted.
I mean, the dead don't rise out of their graves and perform midnight brain surgery.
But this one did. Thomas Jerome Newton.
We saw his head being reattached.
William Bell told me the man with that marking would try to open a corridor from our universe to the other side. I managed to infer that the results would be less than desirable.
In the same week, he wrote the same prescription for 2 other patients.
You're obsessed with numbers.
Just one, actually. 28.
But do you mind if we take a look at your head?
My head?
It should only take a minute.
What are you looking for?
It's here. Fresh scar, but there are no sutures. But it was Dr. Paris who diagnosed the arithmomania, right?
Oh, no. He saw me for mild depression postpartum.
Dr. Paris refers him to a mental hospital with the psychiatric equivalent of a cough, which then develops into full-blown schizophrenia. 2 days ago,
How did he know it was coming?
miraculously recovers.
Yeah, they've had this
Apparently,
done to
Mr.
him.
Gordon thought he was the actor Sidney Greenstreet.
You know, all my life I've been able to understand what drives people. Their emotions like greed or envy. Or these people we're up against. How can I fight what I can't understand?
Stuart Gordon is just like the others. 2 days ago, he woke up perfectly sane. He's got a fresh scar on the back of his head.
When did Mr. Slater have an organ transplant?
I'm sorry?
Well, one of the drugs that Dr. Paris prescribed is sirolimus. It's an anti-rejection drug. It's only given to organ transplant patients. It's absolutely useless for a paranoid schizophrenic. Paris vanished. He's a quack. Unless he's a genius.
What?
Organ transplants. The human brain. To simply give it blood and oxygen, you have to give it electrical stimulation as well. But Dr. Paris found a solution. He stored the brain tissue inside of another brain. Normally that would be interpreted as machine error, but this is not a machine error. This is foreign tissue.
That's why they were all on anti-rejection drugs.
So the surgeries that Newton performed.
He was removing transplanted brain tissue. Of course, because the host mind would have no way to process the new information. Thus the mental distress.
No.
According to their records, Dr. Paris visited you on 6 separate occasions. You mind if I take a look at your head?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
It's there. It's different, it's older, but there's definitely a scar.
What do you think that man did to me?
The same by the looks of things.
I don't know, Walter.
Oh man, this is a good episode.
3 scars, all on the same side in the left temporal lobe.
These incisions go all the way down into the gray matter.
I'm not following.
Walter didn't have brain tissue implanted. He had it removed.
Yes, from
What?
the hippocampus. And as far as I can tell, there would be no medical reason for it.
So what does it do? The hippocampus.
It controls our inhibitions, helps store long-term memory, contributes to our sense of spatial awareness.
What are you thinking?
Hold on a second. This is the piece they put in Slater. Look, It's a perfect fit. Bell told you that Newton wants to open the door to the other side, right? Well, we already know that Walter's done that. He just can't remember how. That is why he can't remember.
Oh
he
my
literally
God.
had the memories removed.
No way. So then how does
You've
Newton...
gotta be kidding me.
In theory, he shouldn't be able to, but in theory, he should still be a frozen head. He would need to implant the memories into a brain that could interpret them.
Walter.
Hello?
Asher, where are you and Walter?
I'm going to the lab. He's at your house. He sent me to get him an album.
He's on his
How
own.
long ago?
5 minutes ago?
You gotta get back there. Walter is in danger.
Hello, Dr. Bishop.
He was already gone when I got here. I'm sorry, Peter. I shouldn't have left him.
It's not your fault. You didn't know.
I'm sorry. Do we know each other?
Oh, we will.
When you see an image, I want you to tell me the first thing that comes to mind. There are no right or wrong answers, but please tell me the truth. If you don't, I'll know.
You're using associations to map my brain function. Are you trying to fix me?
I'm afraid not.
Peter. Peter? Peter?
It's not working. He's not making the connections.
We need the proper context.
The girl in the red dress. How did I miss this? The girl in the red dress, 2828 Sydney Green Street. Dr. Paris's patients, they all had obsessions. Slater was always ranting about the girl who lived across the street, the one that we thought never existed. She did exist. She lived across the street from me when I lived in Cambridge as a kid. Her name was Sydney. She lived at 2828 Green Street. All about context, all about association. Every time Walter asked for a piece of food or music or art, he's trying to recreate a moment in time to help him remember.
Which suggests what?
I don't know. How it was that he built a door to the other side. Maybe they're going to take him to the place that he did it.
Yes, this place exists in both worlds. You see, but on my side, the trees died long ago, and the same thing killed the grass.
Wow.
They call it the blight.
That's terrible.
But this is the only way we can reconnect these pieces of your brain. You do know where you are, don't you?
Of course I do. This is my home.
It's working.
Where's my wife? Where's my son?
Wow.
You drugged me.
You once built a door that let you walk between worlds. Tell me how you did it.
How are things on your side?
Worse, I'm told. Now, are you going to pretend that you're willing to lose him again? Tell me about the door.
Hello, son.
Freeze, FBI!
Ah, they're gone. Damn, that was a good shot. Oh, he's one of them guys. Got you.
Hey, it's me.
They've done something to Walter. I don't know what it is, but I think maybe he's been poisoned. His pulse was racing.
You have about 2 minutes until Dr. Bishop dies. At a flat run, I estimate about 40 seconds until you get back to him. Now hand me your phone. When I hear you go back into the house from Peter's phone, I'll tell you what to do. Me or Walter Bishop?
You need Walter.
Go to hell.
God damn.
Do you have the medical kit?
Got it. Okay, tell me how to do this.
Blue, yellow, red.
Because despite what you think, you made a rational choice, not an emotional one. If you had captured Newton or even killed him, that wouldn't have been the end of this.
True.
But there's only one Walter Bishop.
And we need him.
And we'll be meeting him before this is over.
What if we ever have to go back?
Don't worry. Your memory, I'll put it in a place that only I can find. You designed a door to the other side. I want you to think about that door.
That was spectacular. What a fabulous episode. That's 3 episodes out of the 10 this season so far that have been outstanding. We got some story progression and we got a lot. So it's just given us the conundrum I was wondering about at the end here, was how this guy knew about these pieces of Walter's brain and what they were for and why they were removed and what to do with them. So if we go off that last scene, William Bell clearly is the guy who removed these pieces of Walter's brain whenever, years ago, because he'd found a doorway to the other world and it was too dangerous for that information to be left with him, and he had those parts of his brain removed. And it was William Bell, I presume, with some other doctors that hid these pieces of brain inside 3 random people who it turned crazy, who ended up in mental institutes. But William Bell said, there, I'll hide it where only I can find it. So something's clearly gone wrong, because this Newton guy found out exactly where you hid it all. That's what all this episode was about. That was just off the scale. Like Peter said in that, so first of all, this head reattaches itself and does brain surgery overnight, and it's just in the realms of what's just not possible. It's insane. So those parts of Walter's brain in those jars now are gone, dead and buried. He's lost those memories forever, and Newton has gotten them from him. Damn! So we're even further, like Olivia said, we're even further out from where we were now. We've got even more damn questions than we have answers. Walter's never going to remember those memories now, because it was put back to Walter's brain for it to be interpreted, and Newton has stolen those memories. This series is insane, but I absolutely love it. What I said 2/3 way through the episode, said I've just noticed something, I'll discuss it afterwards, was the minute he said we've got a connection and you saw the jars with his brain in go green, and it showed the found a connection to his neural pathways. You saw Walter just snap. You saw a change in his face, and I think that's what we saw there, was the old Walter, calm, cold, calculated, and he's like, where's my son, where's my wife, you drugged me. Absolute disgust and what's the word? I don't know the damn word, but he took on a whole different personality just for about a minute, while those memories were back with his brain. I spotted it straight away. The reason I spotted it so easily, again, is because John Noble is so good at just flicking that switch when he needs to change the persona or the character that you're used to in him, and you can just change it on the fly. But I did notice that. That was a fabulous episode. I can't wait for more. Right, that was episode 10, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to go and hit that sub and turn your notifications on so you know when all my videos release. I'll be back with another episode of Fringe in a couple of days. This is the first one of the 2 that we do for the week. So until then, thanks a lot. I will see you again in the next one. Take care.